you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Great, me too.
I love that. What is this background?
It's James
Is that
Bond.
James Bond?
Yes.
Oh
Vivid
my
James
gosh.
Bond.
I love that. I actually have, so to my left is a coffee table, and I have a huge James Bond archive Tasha book.
No way.
Yes!
I'm gonna need that. That's great.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, how have you been this past year?
Ooh, it's been crazy. It's been it's crazy. And like we're in December, we're almost out of it. But yeah, it's been a wild year. I wrapped 100. That was crazy. That was 7 years of my life.
Oh my gosh.
So nuts, so nuts. And
Crazy.
then, yeah. And then I moved to Texas. I live in Texas now.
Woo!
Yeah, and
Texas girl.
Yeah, well, I'm from Texas, so I came home essentially, and
Nice.
I'm working on my new series Walker here, and so we started filming like a month ago. So that's been cool, but it's different.
Very
it's very
cool.
different than how it used to be.
That's nice. It must be nice to be home though, with everything that's going on. A little comforting. Speaking of, film and television have been, I always equate them to kind of our best friends when we need them the most, whether we need like a big cry, a big laugh, whatever it is, they can be there for us.
Yeah.
Yes. What are some films and television shows that have kind of been there for you throughout your whole life, and also this year throughout this craziness we've been in?
I love the feel good movies. You know what I mean? Like me and my boyfriend watched Mrs. Doubtfire, which is classic and just funny and warm and full of heart and about a family. It's hilarious, but it just like warms us.
Yeah.
I really like that. And I'm a big
I love that.
fan. I'll watch Friends whenever, any episode, and it's just like you said, it's like being with your friends. It's just kind of like a staple of going back to. I want to do something like that. Like I want to do kind of a more, I guess, warm-hearted project. And like I had done one, but it never came out, so I was really like bummed about it because it was one of my favorite things I ever did. But now with this new show, it has a lot of heart and a lot of warmth to it. So that's what drew me in for a bit. I was a little, I just wanted to be in that place for a while. So I'm really happy that this one is having that aspect to it.
Oh, that's lovely. It's like it's like that chicken soup for the soul. And I think that it sounds like those films that have been, those projects that have been full of warmth have really touched you. And now, doing those types of projects, you can kind of give back to what has always affected you about filmmaking and television, which is such a beautiful thing. Okay, let's talk about Skylines. Third film in the Skyline trilogy, third and final film. You play Rose, so badass. Can you just describe Rose for us?
Rose Corley is, she's half alien, she's half human, she's 100% badass.
Yeah.
She's incredibly strong and, I'd say emotional. What people kind of forget is that Rose had this condition to where she would age quicker and her body would age faster. So there's a big part of the film where she is still kind of a young girl, around like 17, 18, just trying to figure who she is out in the world. And she's had this kind of crazy upbringing. You're born and you are the one thing to save humanity. Like that's so much pressure, and that's so much responsibility for a child to take. And then as you grow and you continuously have to be this weapon of destruction but also peace, like it's a lot. So I feel like Rose has borne, like, bared a lot on her shoulders. And you meet her at the beginning of the film after basically kind of running away, after really kind of, like, she kind of had enough, and she really is questioning, is she doing the right thing anymore? And I think that's something we all question ourselves and question our purpose and question who we are as people. So I love that journey for her. And then you see Rose get back up again, She kind of was in hiding, and you see her get out of hiding and decide to, okay, I'm gonna push myself. I'm scared, but I'm gonna try and be brave. And then you see these other transformations for her that she goes through, and then who she becomes in the end is very different than who she started out with. And so I think that's one of my favorite parts of the film. It's just her transformation into the person she becomes.
Yeah, I found Rose to be, even though she's, part alien, part human, she's in the future, it's sci-fi, it's this fantasy world. However, I found her to be so relatable and complex, which I love obviously in female characters the most. And you mentioned that she ages rapidly fast, and she says in the film that she never got to really experience her teen years. And I couldn't help but thinking about how, as women, society does put this pressure on us to grow up fast, especially in this age of social media.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I couldn't think of
see
how,
like 15-year-olds, and I'm like, you guys look like you're 21. When I was 15, oh my God.
Right? I was like playing with Barbies up until I don't know, like 8th grade. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about, and I thought that's what was so kind of wonderfully done about the film, is that, you can have these badass female characters at the helm, right? However, to make them complex, to add this extra, like, very female identifying layer to it of, like, relatability, especially for young women, to see that, I thought was just like chef's kiss. I loved that.
Thanks, girl.
It was just lovely. Yeah. Okay, so, like, I feel like sci-fi as a genre has really kind of led the charge in representing just, like, badass, strong women, right? Throughout, like, I named my dog Ripley after Ellen Ripley.
Sigourney was like my inspo for this film. I was like, I want to be Sigourney Weaver. That's my goal.
Oh, well, you did that. I was, like, totally feeling that. I was like, oh my gosh, I got those Ripley vibes. I loved it.
Thank you.
Yes. So 2 questions here. Besides Ripley, because you obviously love her, what are some of your other sort of badass sci-fi female inspirations? And why do you think it is about the sci-fi genre that lends itself so, well to sort of female representation on screen?
So Trinity is one of my biggest. I love Trinity. I just loved how she was a badass, and no one ever was like, oh, but she's the girl. Like, no, no one. She was like, Neo, get it together. And I love that about her. And she was a hell of a fighter, and just so awesome. And again, Sigourney Weaver, everything she does, but Ripley was a huge inspiration for me. And also, I just loved how she's like the only smart one in the movie, and no one listens to her, and she's the only one that survives. And I'm like, wonder why.
Exactly.
Which I loved, which I thought was hilarious. But I guess this is going to be kind of a sad answer, but I think it's changing. I feel like society has in the past pigeonholed us as women, and we're supposed to look a certain way, we're supposed to be a certain way, we're supposed to do certain things, and that's it. And in sci-fi, there's no rules, and suddenly we get to be in these new societies where the kind of roles that women were expected to take don't exist, and those roles and those rules don't exist. So that's why I think we kind of get this place of freedom for women to be these really strong and badass and capable and, you know, really complex characters and like heroines in these crazy situations. And, you know, I say that it's kind of a sad answer because it's like, that's shitty. That's shitty
Yeah.
that like our current state isn't that. But I do feel like it's changing. I do feel like, you know, these really complex and really substantial female roles in media are blossoming everywhere, and we're really like on this forefront and getting to see it, and it's so amazing and gratifying.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, it has a lot to do, in my opinion, it has a lot to do with the creators. And, you know, for lots of times people don't realize the film business was very much a boys club, and there weren't as many female voices, not as many female directors, female writers, female creators, females in higher positions in studios and networks. And now that's changing. And because that's changing and we have these new voices, we get this new content, which to me, I'm just like, yes, thank you. I'm so thirsty.
Yes.
You know, and we're seeing the success of it. Like I'm obsessed with Queen's Gambit. I mean, have you seen it?
Yes. Twice, actually, because I made my husband watch it like with me again.
I'm on my second run too. Same. And it's like, you know, I love it because I have yet to meet a single person or like a guy that's like, no, it's a girl show. You know what I mean? No, it's just a show. It's just a show, and it's centered around a woman and her story in a very male-dominated atmosphere in her journey, and it's compelling as hell. It's interesting and it's artistic, and you know what? It goes to show you, like, look at the numbers. People love it. So, you know, I just think a lot of the industry can be about like the money and about, you know, that. And it's like, well, let's look at these numbers and say like, hey, female leads and female centered shows are just as successful in work. And thank God it's happening. And we're seeing this, this expansion, you know, like it just, and I really feel very special and honored because my last television show, The 100, I felt like, you know, we had such a really female dominated cast and really more female centric story. And it was exciting to be a part of that, you know, and be kind of on the forefront of when all that was happening in the industry. And, you know, because those are the roles I'm interested in. And those are that's the content I want to see, you know, that's the projects I want to watch. So I'm really happy that I get to be part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh, you said so many poignant things. I think that you're totally right. So often, you know, I think that folks that may not be in the industry bubble see more females on screen and they say, oh, it's getting better. It's progressing. However, like you said, we have to see that representation off screen as well. We need the people creating the stories, you know, and like you said, the producers, the studio heads, you know, it's so cool when you get female DPs and it's just, you know, female editors. There's so many different roles that go into the process of, you know, filmmaking, television making. And I think you said some really cool things about the sci-fi genre. And I couldn't help but think it's like, yeah, sci-fi always takes place in the, you know, far future where everything has kind of been simplified too. Like, sort of men and women wear sort of the same clothes. It's sort of the same, like there's not really distinguishing factors between kind of like sexes and, you know, identities. It's more, you know, and I think that's something that's really cool that you know, been able to be a part of. And yeah, who are some of I always love to, I feel like on Cherry Chat, we always love to like uplift each other as women. Who is a woman? I know this is hard. You can name multiple women if you'd like. Someone in front or behind the camera that you think everyone should have on their radar right now that they might not.
That's, you know, I love this DP named Reed Morano.
Yes.
You know who she is?
Yes.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. I was like, who are you? Can I meet you? Can we be friends?
Yes.
I think she's so, I think she has such a beautiful eye. I think she's very artistic and smart, and you know, and then she directed Blake Lively's latest film, which was dope. So I was like, this girl can do it all. So I really respect her. I really want to work with her.
I was gonna say, I feel like you guys would be like a match made in heaven.
That was the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Just where that comes from, baby. No, because I feel like, you know, she does really work in this world, this kind of dystopian world where, but there's a lot of heart to it as well, which I think is something that I could just totally see that. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Where are you? Are you watching? Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's fantastic. And I think also her career path has been really cool. You know, DP to director. And I think it's just, you know, you don't have to be just one thing in this industry, which I think as women was something that we were totally put in boxes. It's just like, oh, a woman can't be, let alone a director, can't be a DP, a director, and an editor. Oh my. But now it's definitely changing.
100%. And it's exciting because just, you know, I just think like we're in the golden age, especially of television. And, you know, if you look at the creators now, a lot of them are women. And like just from my experience, I've been having so many more female directors on set in episodic TV and, you know, and in bigger movies now too. And I just think it's awesome. It's awesome. And I feel like I can tell a bit, you know, I really look at the styles of film and even just how some female directors work. It's very different than my experiences with male directors. And I love that I get to have both and that we get to have options and that there's differences. And, you know, it's just giving us, you know, more content and more colors and more life in this in media. And I think it's great.
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of what for me that makes, I feel like Rose has a lot of this too, is a female's intuition, is a woman's intuition. And I think that's something that you can't really make up. You can't, you know, it's this like sixth sense. It's this superpower.
Yeah.
And I think that
it's interesting. And I feel like I feel you're absolutely right. And I feel like there's a certain level of perception that I think we as women have. And that again, the sixth sense of like something doesn't feel right or you know, you just have like my mom calls it spider senses. Like my mom will call me. She'll call me and be like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I haven't. How do you know, woman? I haven't." Always knows. Always. And like, you know, would do it when I was sorry, my battery. And you know, would
it's okay.
do it when I was like a world away, and I was like, I'm in another country. How do you know? You know, but again, I think it's just again this like you said, the sixth sense and perception that it's very detailed that women have.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You know, Rose
and I love that. I think. Yeah, and I think it's really cool when male creators and directors kind of honor that. And I think that, and that's what, again, to bring it back to Rose, that's what I felt like was really created such a layered, lovely, and nuanced character was that she had that, you know, that spider sense. And that was sort of amplified and celebrated.
For sure.
Which is very cool. Yeah. Well, Lindsey, this was so lovely. I could chat with you for hours, but you know.
Nice to meet you. This is great.
It was so nice to meet you. And I hope when, you know, we can, you know, when you, we can chat soon again. And just, you know, stay safe and enjoy Texas, enjoy your home state.
Thank you.
And Skylines is out next Friday. Select theaters, VOD, on digital. So, you know, and I love all the options. I truly do. I think it's really cool that you can, you know, safely go to a theater or you can watch something from the comfort of your own home on your couch. But this is such a good one, and I'm so I don't even know you, but I'm so proud of you. I just feel like you're just doing such amazing stuff, and I can tell you're, you know, and important stuff, which is, I think, just very special. It's extra cool when we get to do what we love, but also, you know, create empathy and sort of move the needle forward as well. So
thank you so much. Yes, girl.
absolutely. Okay, well, stay safe and have a lovely rest of your weekend. And
Let's have a great holiday.
oh,
Thank
yes,
so
you
much for having me.
too.
Right, it's crazy. Right around the corner.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. I have my Christmas tree right here. It's like-
Way ahead of me. I got James Bond. That's it.
I love it. I mean, James Bond is so great. Who's your favorite James Bond, real quick?
I mean, I love Sean Connery,
Yeah.
but I had the biggest crush on Pierce Brosnan.
Mm.
He's not the best James Bond. He's just really attractive.
Yeah, he's like not great at the action sequences, but he's very smooth. He's very charming.
I just feel like he looks like.
Yeah, he looks very nice. He looks
But I
very
love
nice.
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig
Yes.
has like an intensity that I'm like, ooh.
He does have an intensity. He
Yeah.
brings like, yeah, he's very sort of like a brooding and sexy. Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go watch a
When
James
they
Bond.
cast him, I was like, and then I'm like, oh, he's great. Got it.
Yeah. And now we're gonna get a female Bond.
Is that already out? Or have they announced it?
No, it's like part of the next film that's gonna come out.
Who is it going to be?
Oh my gosh, what's her name? Oh, she's brilliant. Oh God. I would have to IMDb it. Gosh, what's her name? British actress. Oh goodness, she's fantastic though.
Was she in the last one, or new? Or she's new?
Oh my God, hold on. I have my computer right here.
Amelia Clark. You could be a cool Bond.
She would be a good Bond. I love her. She's so sweet.
She's cool. Yeah.
Lashana Lynch. Lashana Lynch.
I don't know her. Awful.
Yeah, she's in the name No Time to Die, the one that's coming out. Well, that was supposed to come out and got delayed. So
Right.
she's in that one, and yeah, and she's the first Black woman to take on Bond's famous digits. Pretty badass, right?
Yes. I'm into that.
Yeah, baby. Maybe I could see you as a female James Bond too.
I'll be next. I'll be the next.
Directed by Reed.
We did it.
It's happening. Okay, Lindsey. I'll let you go. Enjoy your Saturday. All right.
Nice talking to you.
Bye.